Hello, this is Arturelia Gaming Room Reviews. I'm Arturo, and today I'm going to be reviewing... Yes, a classic game from LucasArts. And other companies as well. Yeah, Star Wars... It's a great series, what can I say? But Battlefront? Well... The first one only episode 1 and episode 2, and episode 4, 5, and 6 with all the battlefields from the movie. But now it is time for me to review this game for all of you viewers that either know it or don't. And maybe if they want to get this game, they could see this review. So, let's get started. Well, what I can say is that there really isn't any story in Star Wars Battlefront. I mean, there's like these missions that you do for the like, I guess you could say it's a story, but no characters, nothing at all. It's just you battling it out in each planet just to conquer it. I mean, you get cutscenes from the Star Wars films, but that's pretty much it. Overall, though, it's really just battling. There's nothing really much about the story. The gameplay is, well, for its time, different for a Star Wars game, I think. Now, as you can see here in this footage, you can see the battle just raging out on this planet. And it's really crazy. I mean, the gameplay can be crazy whenever there's like a big battle going on. It just feels like a total Star Wars. And you also have these units that you could use. There's the regular trooper that carries a blaster, grenades, and so on. Then you've got snipers. Then you've got engineers. Then you've got like these special units, like for example this dark trooper with the jetpack, or the clone trooper with the jetpack. You know, those type of special units. Then you got the bazooka people. You also got another special unit like the Wookiee and the destroyer droid. I guess you could call these the special units because they're different because they have different weapons, different grenades, or different things like time bombs, you know, all that. Then the vehicles, you could also fly around on ships, also take control of a speeder or these rebel gun cars, or you know, whatever they call them, I don't know. And little turrets you could get on while the enemy's either closing in on you. You could get on these turrets and just fire away. Now, as for the soundtracks, all of them are from the movies. Now, as for the graphics, they look good for its time. Now, the PS2 version, it looked good, but when I play the PC version, which I got two by the way, maybe looks better, but either way, they both look great. Though when you are a little bit far from the battlefield, you do start to see the soldiers kind of look a little different. And then when you get close, you start to see their weapons pop up, which that was like maybe an issue there, but oh well. Then there's also Conquest, where you could conquer different planets and choose what you want to use against your enemy, and the enemy can do the same thing. Like, for example, you can choose a Jedi to assist you in combat, like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, or Mace Windu, you know, Count Dooku. Then there's sabotage, then there's secondary reinforcements, and that plays a big role on the battlefield. Now, what I did notice is that it's easier to control the sniper on the PC version than it is on the PS2 version. But now, let's move on to my enjoyment of this game. Well, here's the thing. Now, Star Wars I always love. I mean, who does not like Star Wars?
No.
Well, my enjoyment is the battles, obviously. I mean, it takes your classics and puts it in a game, and you could just battle it out from a historical scene from Star Wars, and that's what I like. What I enjoyed about this game is, yes, the battle, but the choices you can do, like, you could get on a vehicle, you could fly on ships, you could do anything. You could battle on land, air. Well, those are actually the only two options in the first game. Now, the gameplay is fun, but for me, I kind of will get tired of it after a while. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but maybe after you played it at least 5 times in a row, then maybe you start to get, okay, I think I'm done. But it'll always make you want to come back for more. Now, I will say this, since I have 2 versions of the game, the PS2 version's good, but well, the online connection is gone now. So you can't really play with anybody on the PS2. Now, the PC, what I like about the PC version is you can add your own mods. There's also an extra map, well, just one, and that's Jabba the Hutt's place. But for online gameplay, I only played it once, and I will say it was fun, but I only played it that once, and now I can't seem to find anybody. But see, I have the mod on, and I don't know if the mod affects the online thing, or the internet. So yeah, that's the problem. Maybe they've taken it down. And as for its soundtracks that I like, it's Star Wars. I like the Star Wars soundtracks. There's really no argument there. Now for the characters like the units, I mean, my favorites is probably your regular soldier and the special units, like the Dark Trooper, like the Jet Troopers. Now the bazooka unit is okay. I mean, I do use it for whenever I need to destroy something. The worst. Now, when you play as the Imperials, though, this is what I don't like, is that their guns, yeah, that's what I mean. They just fire out those little grenades. I mean, maybe if you get a lucky shot, then yeah, but that's not really my favorite unit to use. I mean, it's an engineer, but no. For the clones, though, you get like a lightning gun that shocks out lightning. Now, as for the rebels, you got like a gun just like the Dark Trooper. Yeah. Another unit I really don't like to use in this, just one, is a Wookiee. Yes.
And the reason why is because he walks really, really slow. It would take you a while to get to a position on the map, and while that's happening, you're getting shot at. The gun's good, and placing a bomb at a different place is good, but that's the issue with the Wookiee.
Now, I barely play in the air, you know, but I usually play on the ground, which I prefer ground battles instead. Though I like getting on vehicles and piloting them and just destroying the enemy in oblivion. So, if I were to pick, though, between the PS2 version and the PC version, I would probably go with PC because, one, you can add mods, and it's great because you get to even fight alongside Han Solo. I mean, I downloaded this one mod. You can be like these dark stormtroopers, or you could play alongside Starkiller, and you could and this mod right here, you could be the clone troopers from the 3rd movie. Ain't that great? But yeah, if I were to pick PC version, definitely. The PS2 version is easy to control, while the PC version, for me, is kind of complicated. Like, I don't know what button to press to roll, or, you know, it's a little confusing. I mean, you could get the hang of it if you just play it enough. Well, I love Star Wars no matter what, okay? The series in general. Star Wars Battlefront is good. However, there is maybe one issue I had with it, and that's the gameplay value. The PS2 version, well, it doesn't have, like, it doesn't have a lot of things you could do with it, like a PC version, because you could add a mod in there and you could still play it anytime you want. Now, the PS2 version, you could pull it out, play it, and hook up your PS2, and yeah, but sometimes you never get back to playing on your PS2. And if you have a computer, well, you always get on that every day. I always get on that every day, and I always play on the PC, so... And see, the gameplay is basically the same. It's just that there is one extra map, and you could add mods. It's just the same game. It's just that you have more abilities to do things on the PC version. And like I said, you'll probably on your PC a lot more than your PS2, which I would probably advise is PC version instead. But if you only have a PS2 or you're not crazy about playing PC games, then go for the PS2 version, but it depends on you. It doesn't really matter. There's also the Xbox version of it too. It doesn't matter. Just what suits you best. I have two versions, I like them, but I think the PC version is probably better. But overall though, this game probably deserves a 7.5 out of 10. It is both good and great at the same time. Yes, it is good because, one, I like playing it, but there are points where I will kind of get tired of it after a bit, and I will take a break. But the great thing is, I could come back to it again and play it with either friends, or just play it again just because I like Star Wars. But the PC version is great because you could add mods. And I would just be on the PC more than my PS2. Now, there was also a sequel to this game, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Though I only have the PS2 version, and not the PC. So, just to let you know. Not to mention, there are at least, two more games for the PSP, I mean. Yeah, PSP. Renegade Squadron and another one. I played the Renegade Squadron one twice, but I probably will never get those games. Well, this is Arturelia Gaming Room Reviews signing off.